Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing today? You'll have to excuse my voice. My voice has been kind of scratchy because of I have the allergies at the moment. Looks like we had CPI numbers today. All right, so that was the CPI. Maybe that's all the news we have today. Time for a giveaway. Nothing to give away at the moment, good sir. Maybe if we get to it'll probably be a little bit. Whenever we get to maybe the monetizing one day. Summer months are usually kind of slow. A lot of people are on vacation. Kids are out of school. So most parents don't have that much time to sit in front of the computer for hours like they do during the fall and winter months. Yeah, I know. It's something about those all-time highs, man. They just don't stop. When they're all-time highs, you keep thinking, "Oh, we're going back down," and it just never goes back down. It just stays. Are you back to normal? Did your injury heal, Francis? I know the market only goes up. I think that's why Manzini never shorts. If you ever noticed all of Manzini plans, they're always hold runners. It seems like all his trades are always longs. I usually try not to have a bias with anything with the market. I just So we do have a bot trade set up this morning. I guess I closed it out too early yesterday, but it was a fail bot trade. Or it's an automated trade, so I don't have to do anything. It's just supposed to take it by itself. So you'll see a trade pop up in the first 15 seconds this morning. So we're just using the strategy manner in Quant Hour. So what we're looking for is just 16 ticks. If it takes a short, it'll close out the long. If it takes a long, it'll close out the short. So we don't have to worry about the both of them getting tagged in at the same time. It happens at 15 seconds. So the first 15 seconds, it'll take a trade. And like I said, it's automated, so I don't have to do nothing but watch. Yesterday was a failed trade, but like I said, yesterday was my first time using it, so I closed the trade out because I didn't know what was going on. And this morning I realized what happened. So at 8:15, it put the trade on, but it hadn't triggered long or short. And I didn't know what happened. I was like, well, why didn't it trigger? And that's because I didn't give it a minute to trigger. And just straight up. The one thing that I do have is I got honey coffee. That's what I'm drinking over here. Usually I just take honey in the morning or something to coat my throat. My throat doesn't even hurt. That's what's weird. I don't have a sore throat. What it is, I'm in the Midwest, and every year we have the Sahara sandstorm that comes through our area. And it seems like the last couple years, it has messed up my sinuses and throat every year. And it started a few years ago. Holy crap, man. We're just, the market's just trucking this morning. I don't think it personally, besides this one trade we take first thing this morning, I don't know what kind of movement we're going to have at the rest of the day. Anytime we got 300 and 400 points of movement overnight, man, the New York session sucks. Let's see. This is that big move that happened yesterday. All the way down at the 23,100s. So a little over a 200-point move. So usually that just kind of makes our market suck butt. So all the movement happened overnight. Now we'll have to spend the New York AM session consolidating. I'm hoping not, but that's usually a lot what I see whenever I see us have a lot of movement overnight. I don't know. Usually when that happens, we'll get that quick whipsaw though. You've noticed those over the last like couple months, like you just get those random wick downs like 50, 60 points. That's usually what seems like whatever happens whenever, somebody like that says something about the market in the news. I'm not sure if crypto pulled back either. Crypto was at all-time highs at 122. I'm hoping starting next month, we're going to figure out something to trade with our funded account. We have a funded account set up with Trade of 8. So, or a cash account, not now you say funded cash account. So if you're just joining us, like I said, we will have a trade pop up at 9:30, 15 seconds. It's going to pop up a long and short, and it's going to be looking for 16 ticks with one mini, so $80. Yeah, that's pretty good to trade your own brokerage account. Maybe one day for me, Francis. Maybe one day. I don't know if I'm that disciplined enough yet without going tilt on my own account and wrecking a lot of money. Wow, look at this crazy movement that we're getting just starting out the gate. Which this is the 15-second chart, so they are going to be a lot of like quick movement. Still just then after this trade, we'll switch over to our ninja charts. You would think that we get a nice pullback today just to retrace some of that CPI number trade. I don't know if I'll get a trade on my funded account today. Just because I like to trade the opening day, open and close, and it's all the way back down at 23,036. So that's the entry that I'm waiting on, hopefully for the funded trade today. All right, we pull back to that. Oh, goodness. All right, what do we got left? 20 seconds left. 20 seconds, guys. Get ready for blast off. Yeah, I might. If I won't take it on a funded account, but I'll definitely do something with you with the, oh, here it goes. Oh, it didn't tag me in. Why is that so late? Oh, there it goes. Sight. Look at that. Look at that winner. Woo. Look at that. Didn't even have to do nothing but watch it, guys. Just sit there and watch it. Little bot trade. All right. So won $80 on that trade. And all we had to do was sit there and watch. So what that was the 15-second breakout trade using a automated bot. The bot is entering because it's hard to be fast enough to do that trade like if you do it yourself. So that's why we're using the bot to do it, because you don't have to do nothing. You sit there and just watch, because you're going to enter it either way, but at least with the bot is precise. All right. So we're done with whatchamacallit. Nice. All right. Let's get back to reality now, guys. Good morning, Ponzi. How are you doing? I think I said could possibly pull all the way back to. I really want to wait and see what happens if we get below 80. If we get below 80, I would definitely would be probably a fan of a short if we can get below 80 here. So that level we just bounced off, even though it was the 200, that's the top range of the London session. And that's also the top of the Asia. So actually you need to get me out of the 70s here. All right, there comes the 74. That's the top of your Asia. That's where you're getting that bounce at. Wow. Look at that rip off that Asia. I feel like 31's a possible target down there. No, don't bounce. Give me my 10. Then you can bounce. Ah, damn it. Didn't get the runners, guys. Didn't get the runner. I was looking for it at 61. I was trying to get that 31 target down there. I like that once we broke below that 74. That's below the London high and Asia high that's stacked on top of each other right there. And I thought we could get down to 32. I may try to jump back in with one or two micros. I don't want to jump back in full just because we've already taken a full trade on this. Did we get the 50? We get 50, 55. Ponzi, that town you ride around in, is that a pretty good bike town? I haven't been. I've been meaning to ride. I have a nice electrical bike my wife got me that I haven't been riding that much lately, which I probably plan on more when I get back home from out of town. This is just two micros, guys. Very small. It's just trying to get these two runners if we can. This way, if we do get stopped out, we're only risking like $40 if we do get stopped out on this. I hate that it's struggling to get through the 60s there. I'm going to go to break even. We can always jump back in with two micros. What it is, we're trying to target that 31 down there. Since we missed it a while ago. Just cannot get through those 55s, man. You have 10 cats. Whew. That sounds like a lot of kitty cats to take care of. We have one cat in our house that it belongs to our son. And we have two larger dogs that are like 50 to 65 pounds. And unfortunately, one of our dogs is kind of like a collie breed. So, man, you're talking about hair falling off. During the summer months, she sheds like crazy. My favorite cat that I've been experienced with throughout my life is one of my mom's cats. She used to have a Himalaya Asia cat. Man, that cat used to be so like relaxed and chilled. All right, 31. One micro here, guys. One micro. We've been practicing in this trade setup. I've only taken it once or twice. So what it is trying to take an entry off of the London lows here. And it could sell through. That's pretty bare. So if we get stopped out, it's for $20. So super small. There's that sell off that I was trying to get a while ago. Looks like it's going to hit us there. Not liking that one. I'm going to take some more. So we're in it for 6 points. Oh, okay, there we go. I should have went for 20 points, but we just kept it at 10. Watch it give us the 10. Watch this thing go back up and hit the 50. Let's see if it does. Oh. Is it going to give it to us? Boom. There's your 20 points if we stuck to 20. We didn't stick to 20, guys. That'd have been a nice 20-point reversal off the London lows. So this is how I get London lows. So basically, this is one of the things that Capital pointed out to me. What's up, Capital? We didn't get the whole 20, but we did take 10 off of this London low bounce. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. We at least had 2 winning trades off of that. So nice. Wow, this thing's about to pay 30 points. There's the 30. Wow. Woo, we left a lot on the table, guys. We left a lot on the table on that one. Yeah, I did what you said. I've been taking those with 1 micros until I get comfortable taking them. All right, so far this morning we're up 168 and we're up $80 on our funded account. So we took 1 funded account trade this morning for $80. Oh yeah, most definitely. Man, we may be going back up to 80 maybe. There's a 180. $184 should be a protected high. Just two micros, guys. We already in green. We're just trying to hold on to our green, so we're just trying to add to it here. That should hit. There it goes. It could come back up to 76, possible. Might play the 50% mark here. A boom boom indicator. I think he does, Capital. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know if it's an indicator or if it's a just experience indicator. Right now we're just kind of just trading sideways. Gearing up for the breakout. We're looking for a capitals level, that 113. So I mentioned this before we started trading this morning. Um, we had so much movement overnight that the New York session could just suck this morning, guys. We could just do a lot of the consolidation since we did not consolidate in the Asia market. So a lot of times you'll get that in the New York session, and if you don't get your moves like right there in the beginning when the market opens, the rest of the morning kind of sucks. It's kind of like the Asia and the New York kind of do a little flip. Maybe we'll get some Ponzi love and we'll drop down to the at least the 2300s, 23,100. It may push back up to the 60s. We got an imbalance sitting up at the 60s. So it may get one more 60 push. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like we're going to. Didn't quite get up there. Got close. Not all the way. Oh, okay. There's the, like I said, the 60 pullback. I know I almost wanted to put a freaking another resting order sitting at 60, but yeah, we're definitely kind of just stuck right here. We can go either way. Yeah, we got a lot of it packed up. We just got loaded in our vehicle. Mm. Uh, I don't know. I haven't really been thinking about it. I mean, I know I'm doing going on it. I just hadn't like, I guess, thought about it that much. Just because, I figure when you think about stuff, it makes time go by slow. Yeah, we'll leave here tomorrow evening or tomorrow around lunchtime and head towards Atlanta, Georgia. Because we're going to the Atlanta Comic Con this weekend. Also, or we're going Friday. Yeah, she's been extremely busy at work. She's been swamped at work because she's leaving town for a week. Or, she's going to be off work for 10 days. We had we got pretty much stopped right back there at the freaking London Lows at 31. I want to see the London Lows hold here. Ah, it's going to hold. Let's see, where are we at? London lows is at that 32 level, 31. It's battling. We had a lot of support in this area. We had a lot of resistance sitting here at the 32s. If you kind of look to the left there, because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 little bounces off of that 32 level. This is the 15-minute candle here also. So if we can get below those 20s here, we should get a nice little push, another little push. May get stopped out here. I just don't want this to end up coming all the way back up. Then we don't take anything off of this. We've been holding this trade for a little while. All right. We can always jump back in there with 1 micro or wait for it to get back up here and look for another little bounce or something. You just got the little upside signal. Yeah. The fact that we're holding that 30 level, that's kind of what I was feeling myself, because we just could not get through those London lows. Probably going back to the 60s. Looks like we have a little imbalance sitting up here at the 60 level. Good call. I'm glad I got out of that. So far today, guys, we're up 239. $239 and $80. $80 on the funded. The $80 trade, that was a automated bot trade too. So a bot took that trade for me this morning on the 15-second chart. Apex funded account, I don't know if we'll get one for that one today. We would have to sell all the way back down to 23,036. There's my entry for my Apex funded. And you don't get a trade set up every single day, so sometimes you have to wait. What that is yesterday's close and open sitting down there. I mean, we'd have to have a 100-point sell off. We also got yesterday high sitting at 67. So I don't know if we'll, I mean, you would think that we'd want to retrace some of this and just revisit. Looks like we're possibly, I think we're going back up to 180 here. We'll revisit that. They got some imbalances that it has to revisit, it looks like, possibly. Got this gap revisit we could pull back into also, what, the 30s? Nice. Back above the 50% of the move. What did I say? 80 possibly? I know 80 is a target. There's a resistance at the 80 level. Yeah, we'll need to see some kind of pullback in here before we can even consider maybe a long or anything. Or this could be also the 50% pullback too. Ooh. Let's see if we can get some kind of pullback. We need to pull back into these EMAs, the 50% mark, to kind of get these indicators moving in the right direction. See if we can go around the one thing and may get a full. There's your 85, Francis. What's up, Solo? How are you doing today? Pretty good day so far. Winning trade on the funded. That was that bot trade that took that one. So we didn't take no funded trade ourselves. That was automated bot trade. We've been trading the eval ourselves, and we're up 240 so far this morning. So pretty good so far. No Apex funded so far. I don't think we'll get an Apex funded trade today because I was wanting to trade off of this previous day open and close, but I don't know if we'll get back to that 23.36. All right. Sometimes we can get an entry, like let's say if we hit the 10 to 20 area, pull back into the 90s, then back above it, then maybe we can look for a long like that sometimes. We got what all-time high sitting up there at 22. That hit right at the 98 level. I want to see a pull back all the way into these EMAs down here. Well, actually, 82. I missed it, damn it. This is just a tester trade. Okay, so that area failed. I was seeing if this one area was going to hold, and it did not. Right now we're at the overall 50% of the day, so we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. Sorry if I'm kind of quiet today, guys. My throat's pretty scratchy, kind of hoarse today. All right, we're back around that whole number again. Remember, I usually don't ever take trades. I try not to take as many trades into the 90 and the whole number. It seems like I get wrecked every time I try to take those. At least the first time. We've already hit it once, so maybe this is where we'll get that 210. Then I pull back. Then maybe we can look for it long on the way back up. But we also have an imbalance sitting back at 75. So that's why this is here for it. I didn't know if we'd get the pullback to the 75 for a bounce. Yeah, we're just kind of back to consolidation. What's been our overall movement today? Just 100 points. Man, that's nothing for the NQ for New York session. That's kind of what we were talking about. If, that big movement overnight, a lot of times we don't get big movement during the New York AM session. So far, some pretty ugly candles. Just all small body, big wick candles. Just gonna try to be patient here and wait till we get some kind of like nice movement down or up. I think there's a gap trade. I think I hear Methodical Man talk about a gap trade on the 2 minutes here. And you can take that. It's right there. There's the gap fill in. Another attempt sale. That 79.80 is the top of the London. What it is, that's the top of your London close, your high from overnight. Well, it's not the close, but it was overnight high. And also your Asia low or high is sitting at 63 or 73. I don't know. I feel like the consolidation is going to continue as long as our 950 and 20 are all kind of smacked together with the 200 moving average. They're all within 10 points apart, and that's usually a never good sign. So I say do nothing. Nothing at all. What is your sell signal with popping off at, Francis? Is it the 85 still? Oh, goodness. Sideways trading, guys. Sideways trading. Man, is this the breakout finally? Wow, there's that push back below that 2-minute cap. That's the retest of that 2-minute gap. We're just gonna risk $60 on this trade, so it looks like it's gonna get us. Risk a little bit more. I thought once we lost that gap, it would make another run down to the 30s, down at the London lows. You can do it. You know you want to go down there to the 30s. Son of a bee. Give it a couple more pushes. If it don't push down, we're just going to try to get out of this. Uh-oh. I'm trying to stay right above that London high or London low. Where's that at? Let's see. 73. Yeah. Or Asia high. What's that? The 73. Man, it looks like it's going to get us. I don't want to risk any more than that. We're already risking about 80 bucks on this trade. So it looks like we're going to get stopped out on that one. I thought once we lost this 50% mark, we'd make another push down there toward the, whatchamacallit, down there to the 30 level. And it still could sell down. This could just be a retest of those London and Asia highs over here. And it's probably what it's going to do, hit the 79 and go back down. That's what it did. Hit the 79 on the mark, then sold back down another 13 points. Let's see. Nope, not quite. That sucks. Oh, come on. Oh, there it goes. You mother fricker, man. That's the way it goes sometimes, guys. Hit there right at that London high, then sold back down freaking almost 20 points. Yeah, so true about that stuff from overnight consolidation time. What do we need to get through? Probably what, the 50s? I still think that we have a gap fill in down at the what, 25s? That's what I was hoping that we would push down on this, push down here to 35s. Right now, we're just kind of wicking back and forth. If I'd have risked a little bit more on the hindsight, we could have got out of our trade, but we did not want to risk any more than what we already did. I don't know if we're going to get any more trades the rest of the day, guys. Might just call it good at 10 and just walk away and come back tomorrow. There comes that 30 hit. That sucks that we got stopped out a while ago on that one short. Mm-hmm. Francis, did you take your trade at the 85s? I tried to get in there short with you, but I was just one move too early. Look at there. We filled in that gap, guys, right there. Here's that 1 minute gap. I was like, God, I would think we'd get down there to the 30s. We went to the 31s right there at that London low. Nice. You don't take 10 trees, only the boom boom signals at the 85. Nice. I know I should have risked it just a tad bit more. I would have got the full amount down there to the 30. Nice for staying in that one, Francis. Yeah, we're definitely in a tight little range today, guys. Like I said, kind of mentioned this a little bit before we even started trading this morning that we're probably going to be consolidating today because of all the movement that we had in the overnight session. Wow, look at that 50 EMA bounce. And the 50 EMA bounce paid 20 points. I can definitely the continue lower here if we stay below 70. See if we stay below 70 here. Nice. Man, this London low has just been a straight wall today, guys. We should push back up to at least 60. Another imbalance sitting up there at 60. There's another bounce off of that 50 EMA. See if we can take out these 30 again. There it goes. All right, we could anticipate another bounce here just because it's at the London lows. Let's see if we get through. Now we're at the IBL. Oh, excuse me, guys. Come on, 13 or 19. Looks like the top of that 101, there's a lot of support, a lot of resistance there in the 90s and the 100s. So I think that's where we're going to put our take profit at on this last one if we get the push. Probably anticipating a bounce out of this area. I think capital was talked about 13 earlier, so it could bounce at that 13. We might not even get the 100. Yeah, I was looking at all this consolidation between 102 and 93. But we also have some right here too. So I think this is that area he was talking about right there. Cat feeding time. Nice. All right, we're going to take some profit out of this just in case it comes back. Ooh, I came all the way back, guys. All right, stop this out. Well, we'll at least get some of that short that we missed out on earlier. Been nice if we'd have kept our original short instead of, I don't know. I need to stop paper handing on my micro. I mean, my not micros, but my evals, because there's no reason to stress getting in a red on the eval. Man, do we get our trade set up today with that 23,036? That's the one setup that I've been waiting on. I'm gonna wait on. Maybe it'll come later today after lunch or something. Oh goodness. Nice on the 13 call out, capital. Yeah, I should have risked it a little bit more. I should have. A lot of times you're a little bit safer if you can just push it up to the next push down leg. So I should have had my stop loss there. Probably could have got our extra 10 points, but no biggie. It would only been an extra, I think, $40. I might have to get switched over. We break that 100. We may have to get switched over to our Apex here. The midnight opens at 93. Man, we're already below the what is it? The open close from yesterday on the ES, and the first trade would have been a winner off of that level. We also got yesterday highs sitting at 67. I'm okay whatever which way the market wants to move, Posy. I'm a fan for it going up or down. I just like for it to go in one direction. I wonder if the ES pushes back up to the 09s. Now would also be your another IBL retest there at the 20s. Plus you got all these wicks down here too. The robot trades. Yeah, that one took at It's 9:30 this morning. It was actually an $80 winner today. But it should have been a loser yesterday, but for some reason I closed it out early. Man, is this the bottom? We're going to hold up at the 23,100s and go all the way back up. Got a big gap filling all the way back up at the 50s. Wow, does the short again pay off the IBL? No, it doesn't. I think it wants to go back up to the. I feel like the ES wants to retest those yesterday's open and close at the 09s. We'll see what happens. This is also your London low here at 32. So, I mean, it's like, man, do we push back up in 31? Your messages aren't sending? Not sure. I mean, I don't know if there's an issue with YouTube or not. Hmm. Nice little 21 bounce. Pay 10 points. I feel like it might want to pull back to fill in this gap at the 50s, but like I said, you also have the London low sitting there at 32, so we could just push back up there and bounce there. More consolidation, guys. More consolidation. Not really a lot to do here. Let's find a support here. I'm kind of curious if we get back above that 32. Man, nice if anybody held the short while I go on that last short. There's your, man, this thing's just going to squeeze on through, guys. The V shape. And we got a possible 50 touch there, but I'm not taking that. I wasn't sure if it'd get back to do those 32s. I mean, you only need 29 to get your 10 points, but I don't know if it gets through. Did it get the 10? Yep, got your 10. Mm, 50 EMA paid the bills there, guys. Wasn't sure. I mean, we did have a nice gap, close to 20 points, but just wasn't sure. I'm kind of curious if that 32 is going to hold. Nope. We had a lot of support in this area overnight. Eh. Man. So it didn't quite. Oh, I bet it was this wick there. It was off this wick here. So it may need a little pullback, but then it should get this next wick here. There's that wick. Resistance. It looks like it probably wants those 60s again. That would be your 50% back up to the lunchtime reversal 50%. Yes, right now it's kind of sitting at the previous day open and close. I was hoping once we lost that 100 level that we can anticipate kind of like a funded trade down here in the 30s, but this thing just did not disappoint and went straight back up. That looks pretty bearish candle there. If we get through those 30s again. Yeah, I was trying to short that 32. May get stopped out right there. Yeah, damn it. I was hoping that 32 would hold. Oh, maybe. Now. Not liking this one. All right, got stopped out on that one. Ugh. That's probably going to be my last trade of the day there. What do we got? Still $100 we can risk. Was trying to short those 32s. All right, so we're going to be red on that funded account today. Yeah, this. Here's what the ES is doing. ES is kind of consolidating sideways also. I've still been trying to short that 22 area, or 32 level, sorry. Looks like we probably want to go back up towards those 60s, I would think. Back up there to that 50% mark. Here's your 50 break. looks like 60 is probably going to be that's target here. Take out that imbalanced on the 60s. There's also one sitting at 53. There's the 60. You would think we'd pull back in to clear out this wick here. Why did that not allow me to do that? Use. What? I don't understand. It should have let me take that. Ah, shit. 60 level got stopped. Gonna have to pull back. Couldn't get through. Just can't get through that 50% move. Ah, damn it. It got stopped out. I thought we'd get through that 60 level. Watch this thing go now. There's the 5 points we were looking for. See what happens. A little bit more patience. We would have got that. Let's see if we can get another pullback here. Maybe another retest of the 60 levels here. Oh, come on. Give me at least a 5. You son of a bee. It was just taking way too long. We didn't want it to pull back on us because we were in heavy. I don't know if we get to pull back to that 158. We have a little imbalance sitting there. And that'd also be right on top of your 50% move. Yeah, that 73 was the Asia high. There's the 44. I was like, man, I bet that 44 is getting hit. Then back up to 53. Definitely a lot of wicks in this area here. I don't remember. No. Was that the 93? No, I did not. There's the 53. Then another probably retest of 45. There's another test of that 50% mark. Oh, what a fake out. That might have been faking me out. Shit. I was trying to get along above that gap, but it looks like we just filled in that gap to push back down. Possible. All right, guys, after this, we're going to call it a day. It's already about lunchtime here. Mm. Don't trade the highs. Yeah. Like I said, this will be my last trade of the day. I know we're just kind of getting approaching that lunchtime, so So the reason why we were being extra cautious because we were in that trade pretty aggressive. We were in minis. We're still red in our one Bewley today. Uh-oh, camera messed up. Not Bewley Knox, but one Apex account. My camera. What is going on with you today? So the reason why I went in heavy with these accounts because we were in the hold. And in the hole, we were like 24,800 or something. So that's why it looks like we are barely over the 25K because these counts have been in the hold for a good while now. I look like IC. I've never seen ICT's little brother. So the only count I really wanted green, we ended up red today. So we're still above the 26,000. We're still $500 away from a payout. What's up, methodical? Went in pretty deep on the micros there. Unfortunately, we were red on the eval that we are funded that we don't want to be red on. But also didn't take a setup either. All right, guys, it's definitely approaching the lunchtime today, so be careful if you're going to trade during lunchtime. We got lucky enough to get out of that trade. Nope, nope, nope. I don't have any brothers. We were slinging the minis around today, guys. Slinging the minis around. Unfortunately, this count's going to be $72 in the hole today. So that's So we lost a little bit of our profit from yesterday. These I went in kind of heavy. Where's they at? Let's see. I think we're up $80 in one funded account. That kind of got us back in the green, like overall, like $25,033. So just barely over the 25,000 mark. This one that we're up 390, we're actually about $150 in a hole. So now we're at least back in the green on the account by 252. So, switch back over to Bewley. Yeah, I'll have to remember that overnight, the 12 o'clock opening capital. 73. Okay. I'll have to remember that midnight opening thing. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Whew. Man, what a nice bounce off of that overnight Asia high. That retested those candles there. Got an imbalance sitting back at 69. Mm. Mm. A lot of consolidation in this area. That's the 50%. So we're pulling back into. So we're back on the eval now, guys. Go. Got a lot of wicks there too. Got another imbalance sitting at 57. Didn't know if we get another quick push back up here to this 50% mark. Oh, and all the way up there at 173. Was looking to see if we're going to get that push up to 72. We have an imbalance sitting at the 72, 73 level. I haven't really taken a lot of these. I've just been kind of watching them. This is just 2 micros. This is just trying to see if this works. We were just kind of, it's the same thing if you're watching Methodical Man's Lobby. So what it is, you're looking to see if we refill in this imbalance here at 73. And it could just hammer right back down. And this could, see, I haven't really sure because I haven't taken these enough to know. But we've just been kind of messing with them. Because this could just be another leg down to move lower instead of taking out this imbalance first. I'm going to take some risk off just in case it comes back. Uh-oh. All right, so now, oh. So we'll be in this for 40, about 30 bucks if we take a loss here, because we're only in for 2 micros. Like I said, fairly new to messing with these imbalance trades. It's something Oracle Trade does. And so I just, like I said, just kind of trying them. Only with the evals only. All right, so it looks like that one's going to get stopped out here. I think we're in this for 8 points for 2 micros. So $18. I'm sorry, $18. All right, guys, it's time for me to walk away. We just thought we'd just kind of just give that a little whirl. What it is, we're just looking at these imbalance, or it leaves back little balances here. So, and it still may go. So I'm not sure if it'd be better to short these or to long into them. Still just kind of messing with them. Oh, no, not... No, the only setup that I would trade my funded account on or cash account would be that previous day open and close. But I don't think we'll get down there today because that's 120 points to the downside. All right, guys. Thank everybody for watching, and we'll be back in the morning. So the only account we were red in today was one of our Apex funded account of $70. The rest of them we were in the green. And our funded Bulanox count we're in the green. That's the one we took on the bot trade this morning. So it's just for 1 mini for 4 points. So we should have been red yesterday, so we should be at break even this week. But that's okay. It worked out for the best, I guess. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Francisco. I mean, not Francisco, Francis. Sorry, I keep saying Francisco. Be careful if you're trading this to lunch hour today. You know, we're going into the 12 o'clock lunch hour. It could just be a bunch of sideways trading.